Podcast Network. This is the Lifestyle Live Podcast.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
Acne scars, wrinkles, inflammatory skin conditions. If you have any of these, keep listening. A Plasma Rich Fibrin facial, or PRF, could be a game changer in your life. You may wonder, though, what does a facial like this entail and how does it work? Well, on this Lifestyle Life podcast, I take a trip to Lyfe Aesthetics MedSpa in Indy, and I visit Dr. Caroline to learn more about the benefits, the process, and whether the facial could benefit you. This is the Lifestyle Live podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
We've been talking about this morning. It is said to be a game changer in the world of better skin, and it's all about transforming people's lives. I don't know about you, but I've sort of dealt with acne scarring over the years, as I know a lot of people have. So I learned about microneedling with PRF, otherwise known as a plasma facial.
Okay.
Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Okay, well, this was all through Dr. Caroline at Lyfe MedSpa here in Indy, and I decided to give it a try. As I mentioned, I've dealt with those scars for years. I've tried the creams, the topicals, all the things, as I know a lot of other people have, and a lot of times they just don't work.
Sure.
So this time I offered to put myself in the story to really understand the benefits of it all. Okay. Take a look.
I have always been very passionate about skincare. I want everybody to feel comfortable in their skin, right? And so initially my passion was microneedling, because I feel like microneedling is a safe option for all skin types. Mm-hmm. So all Fitzpatrick skin types, right? 1 through 7. And then the passion for adding on the PRF portion of it was after I did a lot of research on it, just to kind of see like what more could I offer, right? Just besides the baseline microneedling process. So then I found out about Dr. Rajani's PRF. And so I went on ahead and studied it. I wanted to find out more about like how it worked. Was it even a safe alternative? One thing I loved about it though is it literally like opened it up for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, so people who are breastfeeding,
even me.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was skeptical because I know I always wanted to try microneedling because, you know, dealing with acne scars, but I thought this is something I'm going to have to wait till after I'm done breastfeeding. But you told me that's not the case.
No, because we're not adding anything other than your very own plasma and then microneedling that into your skin. So think about like fertilizer, right? It's like coming back into the ground, healing it, opening it up, and then putting in all that good stuff in it to then cause the soil to be fertile, right? So that's what we're doing with your skin pretty much. I would say microneedling is the process of creating intentional injury to the surface of your skin, causing that inflammation response so that the skin begins to heal itself from the inside out. Mm-hmm. And it triggers the collagen and elastin production. It tends to last a lot longer than all these other rejuvenation treatments. And I would say microneedling is definitely that. It's just creating intentional injury to the skin.
And then the PRF is with your own plasma, right? Because you essentially, you take your blood.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yes, we do.
And then that is injected into your face to help rejuvenate that growth.
Yes, it's microneedled into your face.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we use a hyaluronic acid serum, and if you read through the instructions prior to the coming in today, is the hyaluronic acid serum we love because it gives you a glow. It holds and locks in all that hydration. So that's typically what we start off with, and then we come back with the actual Plasma Rich Fibrin, which is the PRF, and then microneedle that in addition to the hyaluronic acid serum into your skin. A good thing about it too is the pore reduction, the pore size reduction. That's a huge part of the microneedling process and the benefit of it. And I would even like to argue that it does prevent the wrinkle formation process, right? So it's pretty much preventative. So what I say to my patients is, I don't prescribe, I describe. And the thing about it is I say, well, this is how you can immerse yourself in this process to get the best benefit, right? Which is why I argue that we don't just tell you that we're going to retreat between this and this time. We say retreat once, try to do the best, and then if we don't get to that level of outcome or whatever that you're looking for, we can come back and retreat it, but we like to wait 6 to 8 weeks out.
So I've always been very acne prone. I have very oily skin, big pores. I can be a little bit sensitive, so definitely a lot of inflammation and redness in my skin. And talking to Dr. Caroline when I joined the team, she was like, I really want to get your skin great, you know. We want to have your skin reflect all of our work here. Dr. Caroline recommended the PRF, microneedling with PRF, and I immediately, you know, after the healing, noticed inflammation was down, my redness. I still have a little bit of redness, that's just my skin, but my skin just wasn't as sensitive to things. My pores looked smaller. It was just life-changing, and we're going to do a few more sessions to kind of get some of those trouble areas, but I'm just so excited to keep seeing the results.
We talk about how this can really affect a person's confidence. What has it been like for you over the years? Because I know for me, it's almost like I hate to complain because I know so many people out there deal with so much worse than what I have to experience. But when you have no makeup on and you can't cover, it's still enough to be like, I wish that would just go away, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, I've always struggled with acne. That's what got me into the esthetician field. I always loved makeup. You know, I loved a creative outlet, but I also loved hiding my acne spots and things like that. So that was definitely a thing that destroyed my confidence a little bit, and being able to work on my skin and fix some of those things, I feel comfortable not wearing my makeup and just being able to work on my skin and things like that. It's been great.
Yeah, it really is so much about confidence. And I say this is for men and women. Yeah. Because Dr. Caroline was telling me a story of a man, you know, who had a scar, and he had done so many things, saw so many doctors, and he kind of gave up. And thought, she's like, well, let's just try this. And it worked for him. And he was just so excited about it.
Maybe even more so in some thoughts for men, because we don't do as much makeup or things like that.
Yeah.
So we don't really cover some of those things.
That chance to cover it up. Yeah. So again, my concern was, is it safe while breastfeeding? And she's like, it is, because you're not using a lot of fillers and putting those into your skin.
Just
so I was really happy to see that. Now it does look a little, some people are like, oh, it looks a little funny, but it's just you're you know, the plasma, and then you just rinse it off. So I'm going to do a blog about this, because I did some personal videos showing you guys every day. So I'll put that on the Unscripted with Amber Hankins soon. So there you go.
Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Lifestyle Live Podcast. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And connect for even more on Facebook and at lifestylelive.tv.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart.